Trying to. Welcome to Third Eye Thursday here at Vision Quest Metaphysical Bookstore in Phoenix. My name is Dylan. I'm one of the counter staff here, and I also help back in the office. Welcome. This is a different week for us here. We are going to be talking about all the different products we have and the different services we offer here. First off, one of the main things we want to stress is we have a bunch of fantastic readers. We have some of the best readers in the Valley, and they all have set schedules. They're here Monday through Sunday, all day, every day we're open. They also, not only do they do readings here, but they also do a lot of healings here. So this is our menu of healing services. We have everything from Reiki healings with crystals, without crystals, life coaching, hypnotherapy, dream interpretation, Akashic records, everything you could think of. We have someone here that can do it for you. Not only do we do readings in person, we do readings over the phone. So you can always come in and see us at 3114 East Indian School Road, or you can call us at 480-949-1888. You can book with any of our readers, and we will always be willing to help you figure out what it is exactly you're looking for if you're not sure either. We'll help you work with finding the right reader for you and anything as well. One of the things us as counter staff do here that we love to do is we do all the aura photos. So with the aura photos, you get this. Aura photos are $20, and that comes with the interpretation. So we spend about 3 to 5 minutes of talking with you, telling you what we see, and explaining how the colors may show what's going on with your chakras, what's going on in your day-to-day life, anything like that. So it can give you a broad to a very somewhat specific answer as to what's going on. The one that I have here today is of Miss Candace, one of our lovely readers here. Hi. So this is what it'll look like. Lots of colors. So for you here, you have a lot of yellow, a lot of gold, a lot of red. With that, it's saying that you're someone who thinks a lot. Right now, there is a little bit of worry going on, more so because of an overthinking, trying to make a decision, figuring it all out. It's totally normal. Also, you have a little bit of a gap, so you're protecting yourself since the gap is on your right side.
I see.
This white in here is that decision needing to just be made. You need to jump and choose. Either way you go, it's going to be fantastic. So you're going to do great. Once you do it, all this beautiful red in here is success. Awesome. Feeling grounded, feeling within your power. So you're going to be doing exactly what it is you need to be doing here.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's incredible.
So with that, you get this. We mark off each color, and we read to you what we see. So, aura photos. We love them. They're a lot of fun. Every once in a while, we have our psychic fairs where you can come in, and aura photos will be half off. We have classes that go on throughout the month all the time. So for classes, we have everything from learning about meditation, learning how to work with the tarot, psychic circles, anything you could be thinking about looking into, we have here for you. On top of all that, we have a huge range of products. We actually just got a whole bunch of new stuff in. Our owner and manager have been going out and getting a whole bunch of crystals, so we have, I don't even know how many at this point. We've been labeling them and doing everything for you all day today. So we have everything from some beautiful smaller pieces of druzy quartz. We also have pyrite. We have some beautiful bigger quartz crystals. So whichever ones you're looking for. A lot of them for different healing things. We have small tumbled stones if you're wanting to create a bag. And say you're looking for wanting to protect yourself. We have different stones, anything from small and tumbled to much bigger, of obsidian or Apache tear or anything that works that's a dark crystal like that. We also have clear quartz in many different sizes if you want it for in a purse, in a pocket, or on a table next to you. Another one that I love is citrine. And citrine we have, again, in whatever shape you might be looking for, even in some hearts and some eggs, so a lot of different fun things. And that's a good one for mental awareness and working through decisions or anxiety. We have some of our other ones we just got in were some boji stones, which are really good for balancing male and female energies. They come in a set of 2. So that's really good if you're just wanting to balance each side of you. If you're feeling a little bit of an emotional day, that's one that'll really help balance you out and calm you down as well. Some of the other things we have is we have a huge amount of candles. Everything from the glass pillar candles. So these are the 7-day glass candles. They do come unconsecrated, but we do have some that have already been consecrated for you. And if you're wanting to do that, we have oils, we have different herbs, the stones you can put in them. Up at the counter, we know how to help you with that. The two I have here, the two candles I have, are white and orange. Orange is a really good one for a few different things. So orange is really good for wisdom, like it would be with the citrine, which is a yellowish orange crystal. Or it can be good for business, or it can be good for money. So those are all three really good things. So if you're wanting to dress a candle yourself, one of the things you can do is put the oils in it or on the candle itself. So if you're to put oil on a candle, you're going to start in the middle and you'll twist and you'll go up, or you can go inside the candle. If you're wanting to bring something into you, so invoke anything, like if you're wanting to bring money into you, let's say, and you're using an orange candle. I would use something like, I have a cinnamon oil down here. So I would use a cinnamon oil. The reason I would use this is because it's a fiery scent, so it would help with actually bringing that into you pretty quick. With that, you would just put a little bit on your finger, and I would go right up here on the wax itself and go in a clockwise direction because that's bringing it into me. If I'm using a candle to get rid of negative energy around me, like if I was using a black candle, I would do like a dragon's blood oil, which is really good for protection, and I would go in a counterclockwise direction on the wax because that's sending it away. That's protecting yourself. That's getting rid of it. The white is really good for protection. Really, white in general, whether it be a crystal, a candle, anything, it's something that can be charged for whatever desire you have. Be it love, money, anything, protection, banishing, whatever it is you could be looking for. White can do that because it's something that can absorb any kind of energy. So it's a really good one just all around. We have oils that range from essential oils to already blended oils. So if you're not really, like if oils aren't really your thing, we have some oils that are like meditation. So if you're wanting to bring that in for yourself, we have an oil for that where you can dab it on the inside of your wrist or right behind your ears, because that can always help with those are just some pressure points that are really good for that. Other things we have is we have sage. We have a lot of sage. We have sage in little baggies that are already loose. We have sage in bundles, everything from this big to much smaller, so they're about that big. Any size would be big enough for even like a 4-bedroom house. And we also have sprays. So if you're someone that lives in maybe an apartment or you have dogs or anything like that, we have some sprays that could help you in clearing a space. So if you're not able to burn, we have that. I'll also do that in a car sometimes, like if it's just a weird energy, like if you went somewhere weird, that's always something you can do as well. We have a lot of fun statues. We have Hindu statues, we have little dragons, we have some little Buddha feng shui statues as well. So we have a lot of things for that. With everything else that we also have probably the biggest selection of incense that I've seen in the Valley. With our incense, we have, I believe, about over 10 different brands of incense. So we will definitely have something you could be looking for. One of my favorite kinds of incense is I love resin. And resin is one that not too many people always know how to work with. It is a little different than using just a regular stick. So with the resin, you have to get some charcoal to go with it. And we do have both, and you'll also need a little burner. And with that burner, you're going to want to put some sand in it. All you do is you would light it charcoal. We have Swift Light charcoal, so it makes it really simple to light in about 3 minutes, usually maybe 5. And you just get it till it's nice, red, and glowing hot. We do have tongs that you would do that, because please don't light something on fire while you're holding it. That would hurt a lot. And then you would just take a pinch of this. Once you put that charcoal that's red hot down on the sand, you would take a pinch of the resin and you would just dab that on top. It's much easier. Also, they'll come in powders. Powders work in the same way as resins. simple. It's really easy to use. I like it because it keeps it nice and contained, and you can usually use it a few times before the charcoal runs out. So it's a multi-use thing. We also have a huge selection of jewelry. We have different bracelets. This one we have here is an evil eye bracelet, so this is a good one for protection. We have a few of these. We also have hanging evil eyes, so those are really good because if you're not someone who's a big jewelry fan, but you're wanting to protect yourself from anyone that might be weird or just from any energy that might be out there, because it sometimes can be interesting, you can hang that up in your house, in your car, or carry it around in your person. We also have a huge selection of pendants. This is just a very small selection of them. Our pendants, these here, we have some amethyst ones. So if you're someone that's very open and you're wanting to keep that spiritual connection going and keep your third eye open, amethyst is a great stone for that. We also have some, beautiful quartz ones, and those will, we have some beautiful quartz, which again, it's one that can work for anything. We do have citrine pendants. I use citrine as someone who has anxiety. I'll use that one to kind of help me on days where I'm not doing so great, because it'll kind of absorb that and put me in a mental clarity. Black tourmaline is another one we have. That's a great one for protection. It's also one that you do have to clean regularly with any of the stones you buy anywhere. I recommend cleaning them and cleansing and purifying and charging them to be yours the moment you get them home. So how you would do that is you would put them in salt, just regular salt, and with typically, most people go for a 3-3-3 rule. With salt, you would leave it in there for about 3 hours. Then you can put the stones in some sunlight. I also use moonlight, but I am someone that's very attached to the moon, so that's another thing that I use. And that'll just charge it. Once you have it charged, you'll heat up your hand and you'll hold your stone heart center and you'll program it and you'll put your energy into the stone and you'll be telling it what you want it to do for you. We also, with the tourmaline, you'll want to cleanse it at least once a month, because that one can absorb so much energy so quick it can sometimes affect people in the heart. So that is definitely one you want to keep clean. So if you do have it and it's been a while since you've cleansed it, do it again. It's really needed. We also have beautiful blue kyanite, and that one's good for aligning chakras. And then on top of all of these amazing things, we also have some great musical things. So we also have beautiful chimes, and we have singing bowls. And these are, we have some that are very little, to ones that fit in the palm beautifully. I usually just hold mine right on the fingertips, but that's where I feel comfortable. We also have some great fountains, and those are just fun because they're a great way to keep energy flowing in your house. We also have just recently gotten in a bunch of dream catchers. So we have some, and right now we have them in this beautiful little size. So those come in a lot of different colors, and so those are a really great gift, because with dream catchers you're supposed to gift them. You're supposed to want to bring that to someone else. Those are a great thing to give someone, help them if they're having any issues with dreams, or if they're, feeling a little worried when they go to sleep. Anything like that, that'll help take those energies away. One of the things we have another huge selection of is tarot decks and oracle decks. This is just one of our oracles and one of our tarot decks. The biggest difference between tarot and oracle that a lot of people ask about is what makes them different. A tarot deck is 78 cards. It will always be 78 cards. And that is made up of two different sections, your major arcana and your minor arcana. And with the oracle deck, when people create an oracle deck, they have a lot more freedom. So they're able to make it to what works with them. And you're able to pull those, and a lot of times the oracle decks will have a message on it that you can read right off the card that'll tell you what it's for and what it's to bring to you that day. With the tarot deck, you might sometimes need to read into a little bit more. And they'll all decks, they come with books that tell you how to read that deck specifically, depending on if you're a seasoned reader or not. I've seen people go back to the book and just double check, see how it's going for them. One way I always start with my decks, whenever I get a new deck, is I'll take the time to do one card at a time and get to know that card and see what comes to me first, see what I get from it, and then read about it, see what the book says, see what the author says about saying what it is, saying what it's supposed to mean for you, because then I get to check myself against that and see if there's something different that I saw that maybe the book didn't say, or something the book says that I didn't see right off the bat. So that's a good way to kind of check in and see how things are going. We also just got in mini prayer flags. So we have a few different ones that are all good for different reasons. This one is the Om Lotus one. So we do have these as well. So we have little gifts for everyone, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. We just got in a bunch of crystal hearts, rose quartz, regular crystal, clear quartz, labradorite, a whole bunch of different things. So there's a lot of different options for those gifts as well if there's someone you're wanting to give to. And we have everything that you could really be looking for. There's so many different options. Everyone here, we're able to answer any questions you might have on any background you might be looking into. We have books from tarot to mythology to magic to prosperity, anything, even healing and self-improvement. We have those as well. So we have a lot of different book options as well. The one thing I didn't bring in here was books, surprisingly, when we do have as many as we have. So there's a lot of different stuff that we offer here, and I wanted to get on and bring that as an option to you. So I wanted to bring that to your attention and just kind of see if there was anything anyone had any questions about using, because sometimes people don't always get the chance to sit with us and ask us how to use products, and all of our readers, when you come in, are usually in readings. So we like to give this chance for people to ask if that's what they are so inclined to do, because we want to give everyone the information they might be looking for. So I do have Candace here with me, and she's actually going to come and join and answer any questions people might have as well.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? I knock everything over. Let me move this a little bit so that we can see my big head here too. Both of our my giant dome. What do you think? Can you see this?
No.
Dome. There it is. There's my
you
giant
are.
head. How are you doing? Oh, this is so fun. What is your favorite tarot deck? What's your
I'm a
favorite?
Thoth girl.
You are.
I'm a Thoth girl.
And so how long have you been reading with these?
That's my second copy of that deck.
This one is?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you usually let people touch your
Yeah.
deck? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, perfect. And what's so special about this deck? Why do you like it so much?
It was the first one I worked with, other than really the first one I ever worked with, and a good friend of mine, when he passed away, he left me a copy of it. So
Oh, wow.
then I went and lost that copy, so I had to get a new one. Yeah.
Oh. Well, good. Maybe we can answer some questions or do some readings right now.
That would be fun.
What do you guys think? Do you have any questions about anything at all? We would love to answer questions for you. We're both psychic, and we are both very, very intuitive and open to answer anything that might come up for you. So start asking some questions, and then I'm going to look here and see what's going on and answer some of those questions. Rose says, I'm contemplating a move. Will it be good, and will it be when I want to move?
That's a fun one.
That is a fun one. Shall we use this deck here?
Sure, I got lots of them. So.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it. Yeah.
I got lots of decks.
Can I use this one?
Yeah,
It's one of
definitely.
my favorites. Okay, perfect.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So the question is from Rose.
Okay.
I'm contemplating a move. Will it be good, and will it be when I want to move.
Let's see.
Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Lisa. All right. Oh, good.
The first two I get are the Emperor and Love. First off, I definitely see the move being a good thing, but maybe not in the time frame that you were expecting.
Okay, I love that. Let's see. Let me see what I get into. That's so funny. So there we go. So we have these two here. Say what you said again, so that I can, because this is the moving card, and this is you trying to like have an empowered life. And so, what did you have here for her?
I was definitely seeing the move happen, just maybe not in the same time frame that she was wanting.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I think that there's just the feeling of that it takes at least 2 more months than what you thought. Oh, there we go, 2 more months than what you thought. But once you go, that's where you show up as making your home. So it's just a delay. And you're probably not patient. I'm not patient.
I'm never patient.
I'm never patient either. But it's worth it. It shows up as worth it to me.
Definitely.
Yeah. Who else? This is so fun. Lisa says, how do tarot cards work?
So they're a little different. With tarot cards, I thought one of my cards was backwards. Oh, that's impressive. Sorry. So with tarot cards, the way that they work is different authors have taken the time to see how they represent themselves. With it, you have, like I said, the major and the minor arcana. The major arcana is 22 cards. It starts at 0 and goes up to 21, technically 22. And that is basically the fool's journey through life. So a lot of times when I see those cards come up, it's talking about the person and where they are in their life, or who might be coming into their life. The rest of it is basically a 52-card deck. And so you have your 4 elements, so they can represent the different elements and what's coming up. They can represent a different length of time based on, like we had the 2 months. We had a 2 come up, so the number on the card can represent time. There's a lot of different ways the cards can work. It's just also creating a words.
Yeah, well, I think that something interesting, too, is that some people prefer the oracle cards over the tarot because they see tarot maybe as, a little darker. A little darker, where the oracles are more like, has words on them and these beautiful pictures, and they kind of explain themselves more.
Well, in the tarot, they have some darker named cards, like the Tower or Death, and so they can be kind of scary. They can be ones where you're like, oh God, no, what's coming up? And it really could just mean a huge shift.
Right, yeah.
More than anything.
Change.
So
Yeah, but something like this, like if you're, like I think that oracles are great for beginners because then it's like wispy landscapes that make sense with your eyes. But when you move into like a tarot deck, it's, it's more like you need to know what that means or else.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Especially like the Thoth deck that I use. I mean, he goes into it with astrology, astronomy, Kabbalah. You can learn so much from the different decks just based on what background you look into.
Right.
So there's a lot of different options.
Hey everybody, does anybody have any questions for us? Any question that you want to ask, we're going to answer it because we are intuitive and we're super good at stuff. And so ask away. Any question that you might have, we are ready. Rose says, thank you. Lisa says, thank you, thanks. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. You know something that I, when I first started working as an intuitive, you can also use like playing cards.
Yeah, that's why this is set from the 52-card deck.
Right.
Because that's where they start.
Yeah, and then some people, when they have a deck, like I asked you at the beginning, some people don't like it when other people touch their cards, and then some people like invite people to shuffle their cards.
Well, and also some people will not read inverted.
Explain that. I don't understand.
So most of the time when you get a book, your deck will talk about whether the card comes face up or face down. I'm someone that I don't invert. Like, I will go through my deck and actually change all my cards to be face up.
Yeah, I know a couple people that do that.
Well, and it's really interesting because then when you do that, you do a reading and one of your cards is inverted and you're like, And the only reason I do it is because I don't really see if it's going to mean something that's the more negative side.
Yeah.
It's going to come up whether it's face up or inverted.
Right.
It's going to tell you what it needs to tell you.
Right. You don't have to have everything be upside down. No.
Exactly. And it could come up inverted and be like, oh, well, this is actually a really good thing for you because...
It's like no pain.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then Raina. Hi, Raina. I'm thinking about taking a meditation course in February, and I'm not sure what about taking it. Something is holding me back.
Excuse me.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got here. So, for Raina, something's holding you back, huh? Let's see. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So we've got the Lovers and we've got the King of Wands. Now, this can go two ways. It's either someone is holding you back or you don't want to leave that someone for a period of time and or leave the people around you in order to go. Or it's you're coming up to the precipice of your next part of your life where you show up braver, you show up as somebody who affects people's lives and you're resisting it. It makes sense. I think that when there's about to be some big change, we come up with reasons to get out of it. But I think that this shows up as you doing it. What do you have?
I got even just a next level from what you were talking about. It's change. And then I got some swords, which this one says sorrow. But when I saw it specifically, it was just the fear of being, like, just being afraid of the change that's to come. And that happens with everyone. Change is a big thing. And it's taking, no one's going to leave you because of it. It's the people that need to stay in your life will stay. Mm-hmm. And the people that need to come into your life will. So that's what I got when I saw that. So the same idea, it's just the fear of change.
Right, exactly. So just do it anyway. Just show up and see what happens. That's what life's all about. That's the suggestion, I think. Rose! Will my son get into the profession he wants and win? Okay, this is a different Rose. No, this is the same Rose. Will my son get into the profession he wants and win? Great question. Let's see. Okay, so Rose.
My initial thing was yes.
Yeah, so me too. Let's see. Okay, great. There's the King of Wands again. Yeah, so that it shows up as a definite yes. Here's the issue: is the only thing that holds him back shows up is himself, and so there's an opportunity for him to get into his own way or to choose something that maybe he has less risk inside of, but the profession that he has a passion and purpose for, it shows up as that's what he should be doing with his life.
And what I got was if he doesn't jump at it and do it, then he will just be shooting himself in the foot, for lack of a better term. It's what he wants. If he lets the fear take hold of him, again, we got a lot of fear coming up. Mm-hmm. Fear of being who people truly want to be.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. But it seems to be an interesting trend.
Yes, let's see what happens next. Okay, Rose says true. Thank you, Rose. Hi, April. Hi. Hey, everybody. All right. Awesome. Okay, Terry Grove says, will a love come into my life? So, I'll let you take that one, and I will show up afterwards. That's okay.
Do it the opposite
direction
this time.
Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting that every time I go to pull, it's like a continuation.
Yeah, it is. It is. It keeps the story going. I love it. And it's very, I don't know, there's different reasons why people use cards. I think for when you're at the beginning and you're working on your intuition, this is the way to go. Because then it's confirmation that, people need confirmation. They need something solid, right? Mm-hmm. And so then you could always evolve away from it. You can always evolve on to using nothing or automatic writing or a pendulum or, all sorts of different things. But tarot is great because it's something to mess with in your hand as well.
Oh yeah, I definitely I still love the tarot to this day.
Yeah. Good, what do you got?
I definitely see love coming into it. I think it'll be unexpected more than anything. I think it'll definitely be something that comes from a place you would never have thought it would come from. A new place even, somewhere that isn't even here yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and to keep going with that, the reason why it hasn't shown up thus far is because somebody showed up in your life. The last two people showed up in your life, and they started out as one person and then changed into a completely different person, and now you're having a hard time wrapping your head around being with somebody. But once the person that shows up in your life is somebody that chases you or runs after you. I think that's what you need right now. You don't need to be filled with questions and the maybes, and you just need to be nurtured. And so that shows up as happening. I'm excited for you. Cool.
Definitely.
Sweet. Okay. Thank you, Terry, for your question. April says, hi. April Sanchez says, hello. Hi,
Hello.
April. April's such a cutie. She's such an awesome girl. Okay, what else we got? What else we got here? Anybody have any more questions for either one of us? Do you have any questions about the store? What's going on? Say there's people that don't live here but they want a reading. They can get a phone reading.
Yes.
And I haven't had a chance to post that yet, the phone number or the address. But what is it?
The address is 3114 East Indian School Road. We're in Phoenix. And our phone number is 480-949-1888. So
yeah, and we're open from like 10 to 6.
Except for Friday, we're open 10 to 8. And if you come tomorrow night, someone is leading a hands-on healing clinic.
This guy. That's one of my favorite things to do, and it's really amazing because people are coming through. They're coming and going. It's a great clinic atmosphere where people can learn as well and be a part of an experience, and then walk away feeling better and feeling like they're a part of community. I think that's all we're trying to build here at Vision Quest, is this really strong, caring community, and so that's a great way of jumping in that, and it's donation only, so you don't even have to, just come on in and then I've been doing hands-on healing work for 20 some odd years, so I'm not going to age myself, but so come on over. That'd be great.
Next to the baby of the store.
Yes, exactly, the baby. Hey, okay, I've got a couple more questions. Andy says, this is my favorite thing to do every Thursday at 6 p.m. Never stop this. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we won't. We're never stop.
We will never change.
You're going to be 80.
And we'll still be doing this.
Thursdays. Okay, Terry says, thank you. June, may I receive a reading?
Well, yes. What is your question?
June doesn't have a question. She just wants to receive a reading. Let's do that.
Okay.
That's fun. Let's do
see what's new, what's going on.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Okay. So the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. So this is about you moving forward when it comes to creating or being a part of some other work. The work the career that you have right now, it shows up as not belonging to you or not being something that is your passion and purpose. I think that you're shifting. I think that there is something in you that makes you feel like it's time to make new decisions in your life, and this is the time. It doesn't show up, this is the time. No, scratch that. This is not the time. But it shows up as the end of the summer is the time. So think about that. And then what do you have?
Well, I got some fun ones. So I got, the same kind of thing. I got the Hermit, Art, and Victory. So those are just fun ones within this. The Hermit is someone who you see as moving around,
Mhm.
changing constantly.
Yeah.
And then you have art, and this art is a creation and a culmination of multiple things and creating who you want to be.
Right.
And then
I love that.
I got a 6, which was just funny because the end of the summer, right as I pulled that.
Yeah.
So the same idea, end
right.
of the summer.
Right at the end of the summer. At the end of the summer, it's time to change that career and do what your passion and purpose is. I don't think that you can. I don't think that you can put yourself aside anymore. You know, I don't think that you can negate what you want anymore, and I think you can make money doing what you want. So I would go for that. So thank you so much, June. Vanessa says, is it possible to get a general reading, maybe a 3-card spread? Well. Let's see. Of course you can have a 3-card spread, Vanessa. Let's see what we got here for you. All right. So for Vanessa. Perfect. All right. So this is great. Okay. So first thing that shows up is that whatever, this is back to the job scenario. So whatever job you have now, it's time to call it a day. It's time to get braver because you're in something that doesn't belong to you anymore, and it's time to move on so that you can make more money and create more things in your life and move forward. Inside of that, you have a spiritual growth. This is a hard decision to make, but you make it and it transforms your life, and then you get to do the things that you want with your life, which is way cool. And so, but the first step is to give your 2 weeks. That's my suggestion to you.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Just go for it. All right. And then, so June says, travel to India, ? Sounds great. You're right on. I'm going for it.
I want to travel to India.
Thank you. Yeah, you know.
Let's just go. Let's go to India.
Okay, so let's go to India.
But never stop doing Third Eye Thursday.
Yes, somehow on the yes, we're going to definitely do Third Eye Thursday. Hopefully we can get some reception. I've been to India and I couldn't use my phone the whole time, so we're going to have to work on that.
We'll figure it out.
So is June going to go to India?
Honestly, yeah, the first thing I saw was yes.
Yeah.
And that was without doing, that was just yes.
Right. And so, June, have you been to India before? Because, or do you, just make sure when you go, you take a friend that you have, you go somewhere else first, and then you show up as, taking that friend or bringing somebody with you. What do you got?
Make it be a stop.
Yeah.
Like, don't make that the end destination and don't make it the beginning.
Right.
Make it a stop on a chain of places to go.
Mm-hmm. What about Barcelona?
Ooh.
What about Barcelona? Okay. Just think about that, June. Okay, June says Scotland first. Perfect. Scotland, India, Barcelona. Yes. Sounds like my dream. Okay. Sarah says, hi, can I get a reading? Yes. Okay, perfect. June says, I've been invited. Yes, right on. Perfect. Good. Okay. Cool. Perfect. All right. I love that. And then June, one more thing that comes to me is when you decide to, there's some sort of workshop or some sort of almost like, I'm not quite sure what like cranial sacral is, or I don't know very much about that kind of stuff, but something like that, some sort of workshop where you learn how to do some sort of, you put another tool in your tool belt. That's what this year is all about for you. Okay, good. Sarah says, hi, can I get a reading? Of course, Sarah, you can get a reading. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Okay, Sarah. Okay, there we go. So, perfect. So what is interesting about that, Sarah? Here's the reading for you. Here's what I have for you. You show up as having 2 people in your life that don't belong to you. That don't belong there, that don't belong. right up in your life the way that they have been. You need to set boundaries. You need to create space. You need to say no. You need to open that door up and stop trying to be likable, so that you can create what you want. It's almost as if your life's too full to create what you want next. And so it's about emptying that. What do you got?
No, I got the same thing. I mean, I even got interference in the sense of too much going on. You can't be there for yourself.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sweet. So I hope that's helpful. All right. Now we got lots of stuff going on. June says, I've been invited. Cool. Name. I'm the worst at names, but Niam, I would love a reading. Thank you. Okay, perfect.
Got a lot of generals.
Sarah says, thanks. Yeah. Athena says, how cool. April, I'm trying to strengthen my intuition and spiritual gifts. Is there specific things that are hindering me? I love those two questions. Okay, so let's go back to, and NIAMH. I would love a reading. Thank you. Perfect.
Okay.
You want to leave this one? NIAMH. Yeah.
A lot of cups.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So what do you think? What does NIAMH need to know?
The first thing I got was not creating too much. So creating too much in your life and not being able to do what it is you truly want. Not because you're not happy helping others or doing anything like that, but you're just doing it so much that you can't rest and recover.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then, also, I think that you don't have time to rest and recover, and you show up as like your worst enemy. And so you get in your own way, your self voice, your inner voice shows up as straight the enemy. And so I would start to do things to unravel that. I think that gets in your way in a lot of different areas, and I think that this year you show up as having some momentum and doing things even though your negative mind gets in the way. I think this is a time for you to take chances anyway. Good. I hope that's helpful. All right, Monique says the smiley face with the hard eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. And Sarah says thanks. Let's see. Gigi's watching. Uh-oh. How are you, Gigi? Maria says, hi, can I get a reading? REA. REA says, hi. Can I get a reading? Of course you can.
It's almost Luna's middle name.
Yeah. So let's do a few more. Make sure you put in your comments. Make sure if you know somebody that could use Vision Quest in their life and Third Eye Thursdays, to share to anybody that it might be great for. Also, feel free to look us up. We are incredible. Please like our page. This is a really cool community, and we do this every week. So we are really glad that you are here. And with Rhea, okay, oh, good. So Rhea, so this shows up as a complicated time. I would say that there's some choices when it comes to your relationship scenario. So I think that moving forward, you have to make some really hard choices for yourself. I think that you deserve to be valued, and I think that there's something not valuing you in a relationship type area. Yeah, what you got?
Same thing. You're you deserve better in some of these aspects.
Yeah, and just, that's so great. See, I love this deck. Like, this is my favorite deck. And they have been mirroring each other every time. That's so cool.
It's mirroring and then also adding on top of it, because it's like you'll get the first, like, sometimes this will show half of it and that'll show half, or they'll show the exact same thing in different words.
Yeah. So when you're doing readings, how does that work for you? Like, what happens? Like, is it like spirit that comes through you? What is your, like, personal... How does it work?
Specifically with this deck, when I work with it, I have spent a lot of time getting to know this deck. So I know how the cards read. I know the energies that are behind them. Everything like that. When it's other cards, I hear it. I hear it, and I just feel what it is that it's going to be saying to me. More so, the reason I even have the cards is because there's so many different thoughts. I need to see them out still at this point, because I am still early on with working with them. So it's good to see it out there and go, oh, okay, no, that is what it is, because sometimes you don't get the words, you don't get it quite all the way there, and that'll help me with that.
Okay, and then when you buy something from the store, like, what is it, like, is your go-to, like, I have to have this, and you just come in and get it here?
Resin.
Ooh, what? Explain resin. Because I don't know resin very much. I don't know. So you put that in a charcoal. Okay, so you heat up the charcoal, and then you put that on top.
Yes.
And it's like incense.
It is incense. It's just in a pure form. And you don't have the stick. And I have little ones, so I like this because I can usually put it up higher. And it doesn't make
it more overwhelming, or no?
At first it can be, but you can also... it doesn't make as much of a mess, because it's contained. It's in something. You have to have something that can handle heat, so like a cauldron, and you put some sand in there so you don't burn yourself. Yeah. And so it's much more contained. Again, I have little ones. I can't have things that they can grab onto and burn themselves. I have to have something that I can move away from them, but still get what I need from it.
Cool.
Animals as well.
Okay. And then when it comes to, so let's do one more reading, and then if people want to come in and get readings, how do they get here? What's the phone number? What's all that information for people who are just showing up?
So if you're wanting to come in, we're at 3114 East Indian School Road. We're on the northwest corner. We're right in a shopping center. You can see our sign. It's a really fun location.
Sweet.
And then if you're not able to come in and you want to call in and get a reading, you can call at 480-949-1888. Or if you just even have some questions, you can always call in and ask us any questions you might have, anything that might be coming up about the different readers. If you're not really sure and you want to find the right person for yourself. That's why we like to offer such a variety, because you never know. You have to find the person you mesh with.
Yeah, and we have the most amazing readers here. Like, so everybody is vetted. Like, everybody is super, like, they have their own niche and they have their own flavor. And so many people come in and they get readings with different people just to, like, get to know them. Yeah, get to know them. And it's a great, I don't know, it just feels like this. Everybody likes each other so much, and we have such a great time here.
We like to create a family. It's a family here.
Yeah.
We want to include everyone. Make sure, if any of us are having a bad day, whether it be a reader or not, because it happens, that we're like a sanctuary. You can come in and get better. Get better.
Okay, so last question is Azriel.
Okay.
Hey ladies, I'm at a serious crossroads financially. Will I be able to come up with my rent utilities on time for February 1st, or will I have to finally make a move? Great question. Let's see. Azriel, and I hope I'm saying that right. My ability to say names is like the worst.
You would think I would be better at it, having your name like I do.
Yeah, exactly. Nope. Okay, good. Okay, so yes, you show up as moving. You don't show up as moving, Azriel, until April 1st. And so give yourself a second to you catch up, or you just get there somehow but April 1st you show up as moving. So it's time for you to get ready for that. It's time for you to set yourself up for success when it comes to that, but it's not February 1st. On February 1st you're able to pay your stuff, but only February and March, and then you show up as moving.
Yeah, you just need to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Take a step back and just look at everything for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll notice where it can all fall into place.
Yeah. I think this is a hard financial time, but it doesn't show up as hard all year for you.
No.
This is just something that shows up as quite temporary. You feel a lot more stable and grounded soon. So in the summer. So I hope that helps you. And this has been so great. There's so many comments. There's, hey Tony. There's so many. Hi Mary. Hi Ashley. Ashley says, hi ladies.
Hi.
Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being here. What else do you want to say?
Come in and see her.
Yeah, come in and get all this stuff.
It's a lot of fun. And there's constantly more stuff coming in. We constantly have more stuff. And if you can't make it in, especially if you can't make it in for a reading, but if you think you need something extra, come and see her tomorrow night. She'll be here. She'll be healing people.
6:30. And I'll be here all day tomorrow doing readings, and Saturday and Sunday. And I'd love to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you come in for any of our classes, our aura photos are half off, so it's $10, and that's before and after. So you have that as well, especially with tomorrow night. If you're wanting to see the shift, then you can kind of see where going into it, you might be one thing, and then you come out of it, and you're clean and refreshed and everything.
I love it. Good. Okay, well, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Vision Quest. Make sure you like the page, share it with your friends so that other people can watch this as well. And this has been awesome.
Yeah, and next week we have another one of our amazing readers. We have Miley coming in with us next week.
Yes.
So make sure to get your questions ready and tell people about it. Share the video, share the news, let them know. Every Thursday we're going to have people here answering questions and anything you might have.
Yeah, Miley's a great reader, and I think that she'll be a wonderful next week person for sure. So definitely show up. She's excellent. She's excellent as a reader here, and she brings a lot to the table. And she's also a healer here as well, and she has a great clientele. She's wonderful. So show up next Thursday. It'll be great. All right. Well, enjoy your rest of your night.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. It's right at the bottom. Ding.